from that point on, man. Like I said, I was like being a crackhead, man. My first time getting a hit of success, and I was sprung.
If you had to pick one thing, what did you hate the most about running a party? And shout out to Kyle. Thank you so much for that donation. I got your question next.
Stupid motherfuckers. Just stupid people, man. Stupid dudes, stupid people. Because one thing about a crowd, people, even if they're not drunk, a crowd will change a person's attitude, man. Guys see all these girls, he wants to swell up. He wants to say or do something to try and prove himself or try to be the big man. And now you got to go deal with this fool, you know? And don't let him have a dude or a girl with him. Now he really got to show off. And that was always a downer, man, when it came to have to deal with fools, man. God damn. You know, you be partying your ass off, having a good time, and this motherfucker start doing some stupid shit. Fuck. How we gonna deal with this fool? Okay. And that was that has always been a pitfall for clubs, teen clubs, adult clubs, straight clubs, great gay clubs. I have ran them all. I never ran a male gay club, but I ran female gay clubs before. No matter what it is, they all have somebody gonna act the goddamn fool, and that's what just fucks your whole day up. And it's usually when you're having the most fun, somebody can't stand the fact that there's a good night going on, and I got to show my ass. Here I go.
Kyle has a great question. And once again, Kyle, thank you for the donation. If anyone out there is feeling generous, hit that $sign button and shoot the channel a few bucks. Kyle says, what do you think made Dre's production special?
Well, one, Dre, his initial style consisted of reproducing old records. Now, what I mean by that is, back in the day when producers made albums, they made albums that were to be played all the way through, flipped over and played again. And most record companies only going to pick one or two singles from an album. Record producers were very competitive back in the day. Gamble and Huff, the guys that wrote for Berry Gordy, Ashford and Simpson. There was a lot of very competitive cats, and these guys were musically trained. You know, they were trained musically. They had classical training and all kinds of shit. So they know the sounds of French horns and violins, and they know the impact of this music. So they got a budget. They didn't just make one song. They made 7 songs, badass songs. But because most people didn't hear those badass songs on the radio, but if you were a fan of the Dramatics, if you were a fan of Spinners, if you were the fan of certain acts, you knew the cuts that nobody else really knew. And Dre would grab those cuts and turn them into his classics. Like Leon Haywood, I Want to Do Something Freaky. That shit came out in the 70s. That shit was dead and gone by the time Dre grabbed it in the 90s. Nobody had heard it before. And you thought that was a new song. But all he did was grab what was already successful in the 70s. And it wasn't even a big hit in the 70s. It was a good song, but it wasn't a big hit in the 70s because there was so much other shit like that. And he grabbed it and remade it and hired musicians to redo it. And what Dre always makes sure that the bass and the kick are in syncopation. So you got a fat sound all the time. Everybody don't do that. And if you listen to Snoop's album, listen to Dre's album, all that shit is shit from the 70s, just redone. And basically what they did, they repackaged. In fact, a lot of people, most of the artists from back in the day, they sampled Isley Brothers, they sampled Barry White, they sampled everybody, Steve Arrington, Slave, they sampled everybody, but Dre had the wherewithal to reproduce that shit and add some more seasoning to it to make it stand out.
You know, that's a great question, Strictly Funk. So are the Village People, are they officially Rainbow? Or was it just like an act? Or do you know they've been married for 30 years with some woman or something? What do you know about them?
Look here, I never forget. Long as I live, I worked for Record Shack. Me and Roger Clayton, we worked for Record Shack. And we had just got these hats said disco. They lit up, they little LED lights with a battery in them and shit. And we went to the Village People concert trying to sell these hats. and I'm walking up. It's at the Greek Theater. We walking up the Greek Theater. The Greek Theater is on a hill. We walking up this hill, and all of a sudden we see an Indian come down the hill. Then we see this cat, this construction worker come down the hill. Then we see the cop. And I'm like, wait a minute, man. And the village people right there. But it couldn't be because they on stage performing. And Roger said, man, they all gay, goddammit. I'm like, oh shit, my ass is slow. I was slow as hell. But they made, I don't know if they personally was gay or not, but they were big in the gay community. I don't know none of them's personal lives, but they were huge. Just like Donna Summers. She was huge in the gay community. Madonna, huge in the gay community. I don't know what it was. Barbara Streisand, huge in the gay community. I don't know what the attraction is, but that was something that was a phenomenon that confused the hell out of me that particular night for damn show.
Okay. Someone earlier had a good question. They wanted to know if you saw any Diddy type parties on the West Coast. Now I know it was the 80s, Lonzo, so I know you saw some crazy stuff, man.
The crazy shit that I saw, most of them I did, so I ain't gonna tell y'all shit. The crazy shit that we did back in the 80s. I have a political image to protect. Okay, I cannot disclose that kind of shit on this podcast. This shit's being recorded and shared around the world. Okay, yeah, we had a lot of fun, man. But it wasn't. We didn't do no dude on dude. No. We went with that shit. We did we had some fun. Put that way, we had a lot of fun.
That's all we're gonna keep. It sound like Lonzo keeping them stories in the past, Playboy. We've been trying for 7 years. It just ain't gonna happen, guys. So we'll try again in 6 months. Don't tell them. We'll try again in 6 months.
I'm telling on myself. I'm not doing it. Okay. I'm not telling on myself. No.
I love it, man. I love it. You know what? Jesse Garcia wanted to know, what do you know about Julio G and Tony G's come up? They ended up being on, 92.3 The Beat. They were big Latino DJs back in the day. What do you remember about Julio G and Tony G?
Tony G, I knew very well. Tony G was one of the first cats. And the night I went to the Casa, not the Casa, but the club we just talking about, damn it, Radiotron. Tony G was hanging the dude out the window, finna throw him out the window. Said, Tony, what you doing, man? F him, Lonzo. I'm tired of this fool, man. He was literally about to throw him out the window. Tony, don't throw him out the window, man. You're gonna catch a case. Oh man, fuck, I got homies, man. Tony was one of the craziest bitches. Back in the day, Tony G. I didn't know. I know Julio. I don't know him like I know Tony. But Tony and I have hung out quite a few times. Me and Tony used to shoot pool together. He's a pretty good pool player. And I love shooting pool too. We would battle. And even right to this day, we be talking shit. If I see it, all right, let me catch you around the pool table. I'm going to beat your ass. And that's our conversation. Oh, fuck you. You ain't going to do shit. Tony G one time, man, told me about some, man, he told me about some shit he had in his garage. I didn't see it.